Dear Sadhguru, many spiritual leaders have prohibited women from wearing Rudraksha. But here I see many women also wearing Rudraksha. How is this?
Because there are no spiritual leaders here. You need to understand this. If survival is a very dominant factor in our lives right now, then naturally man dominates the situation. If physical situations, social situations are not well established, if there is strife and physical threat all the time, then naturally man will dominate because physically, physiologically, he's better equipped to handle survival on the physical level. But once societies are well established, when survival is not the big issue, when we are looking at finer aspects of life, there will be no distinction between man and woman. And unfortunately, the so-called spiritual leaders always wants to keep the strife in the society on for so many reasons. And their understanding probably, I think it's better you withdraw that word spiritual and say religious leaders. I don't think anybody on the spiritual path is resisting that. They are not. Certain religious groups are, because somewhere certain norms were formed when in certain phase of history, when man was all dominant, woman was very subservient. At that time, certain rules were formed. Whoever is dominant, they make the rules according to their convenience, isn't it? Always. Unfortunately, that's been the history of humanity. Whoever is dominant makes rules according to his convenience. Very few people in the world have thought of everybody's well-being, of every creature's well-being. A very small percentage of people, a very small percentage of humanity has thought and felt about every life as themselves and formed norms and rules as it is necessary for everything around them. Otherwise, most humanity has always formed rules as it's convenient for them, not for somebody else. So, what is the big problem between this man and woman? They've just forgotten that they're the same species, that's one big problem. Another problem is, their intelligence is completely hijacked by their hormones, because they cannot look at life just as life. They're so influenced by their hormones that they have to think about the woman all the time. Because they think about the woman all the time and she doesn't let them do anything with their lives, they somehow concluded she must be the devil, not understanding that your intelligence has been hijacked by your own chemistry. So somewhere she bothered man so much that he started thinking, she must be the devil, she won't let me do anything, all the time she's in my mind. And so we started inventing all kinds of impurities in her. One big impurity for which they're saying she should not wear Rudrakshis, that she has menstrual cycles. If you don't know this, when your mother bore you, when she was pregnant with you, she had no menstrual cycles. That means that is the stuff you're made of, whether you like it or you don't like it. That's what you're made of, that's what this body is made of. So if she is impure and her menstrual cycles are impure, then unfortunately the whole humanity is impure. So especially if you're impure, you must wear Rudraksh to purify yourself.